Good evening, sports fans from Como Park High School on a snowy, treacherous atmosphere. But we're about to kick off the 2013-14 season with a marquee Class 3A matchup between the host school, the St. Paul Como Park Cougars, and the visiting Park Center Pirates. Our season starts in a few minutes. Greetings, everyone. I'm Mike Peden. Thank you for joining us as I begin my 8th season of high school basketball coverage. Joining me is Mr. Mayak, Mr. UCLA. We have a lot of monikers for this guy, Alex Nagel. And Alex, big matchup as both teams start the season. Park Center got to the section finals last year, lost to De La Salle. Como Park, who knows what they could have done. They almost beat Hill Murray in their end of the section brackets, and both schools are very confident at the start of new year.
Well, Mike, one thing I think it's important to remember, you look at this Park Center squad, this is the team that's been right on the cusp of getting to the state tournament for the last couple of years. They've lost 2 heartbreaking, finishes to De La Salle, but this year they think this is the year that they can make that big leap and get to the state tournament.
And one of those reasons Park Center is so confident and has that optimism is Kayla McMorris, the Division I recruit headed to Wisconsin and closing in on the 2,000 career point mark.
Oh, excellent player. And also, let's remember the Schaub sisters, junior Hannah Schaub and freshman Danielle, and also another player to keep your eye on is McKenna DuBois.
Park Center starting a lot of freshmen and sophomores on this team, just 2 seniors, including McMorris. So a lot of youth and a new head coach in Chris Vanderhyde. Como Park, they have some continuity with John Robinson. He's been at the helm for a few years. Last year we talked about how they nearly beat Hill Murray in their section semifinal. They almost took down St. Paul Central last year for the St. Paul City Conference title, and John Robinson feels this year his program will finally come to a head.
Well, I think this is what makes this game so intriguing. You have 2 teams, 2 programs that are looking to make that big leap. And with Como being the host team tonight, it'll be interesting to see if they can get out to a good start tonight. One thing, when you play a team like Park Center that has the talent that it has, you don't want to get down early. You want to get off to a good start and get some rhythm on offense.
A great way to start our 2013-14 broadcast season. The tip-off is coming up in a few minutes. This is High School Girls Basketball.
And now for our starting.
Welcome back to Como Park High School. Let's take a quick look at the starting 5. We'll start with the visiting Park Center Pirates. In numerical order, number 11, Ann Simonette. She is a 5'5 freshman guard. Number 21, Hannah Schaub, 5'5 junior guard. Number 22, Michaela Hayes, 6'1 freshman center. Number 23, Kayla McMorris, 5'10 senior forward. And number 24, McKenna DuBois, 5'5 junior guard.
Starting for the Pirates.
Como Park in numerical order will start. Deanna Griffiths, I should say, number 0. Number 10, Alex Peterson. Number 20, her twin sister, Abby Peterson. Number 15, Andrea Adams. And number 24, Caitlin Jones.
Starting for the Pirates, junior guard.
All right, Alex, first game of the year. Opening week for high school girls basketball. You had a chance to see some of the teams kick off at the Hamlin tournament, the Pat Patterson tip-off event. I know it's early, but what are your impressions in the first week of the season?
Mike, just from what I saw here this last week, right around the Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving, you're not going to see a lot of sharp play early on. It takes time to develop, to get smooth, to get comfortable with everybody. You can expect some mistakes, but, there's always growing pains.
And you presume Park Center to be a favorite to at least make the state tournament this season, with De La Salle going through a bit of an identity change with the graduation of Alina Starr and Tyshana Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think if there was a year that Park Center is going to make that leap, you look at the roster that they have now, I think this is the year for them to do it.
And Como Park, favorite to win the St. Paul City Conference perhaps. And they're in a fairly favorable section as well with Hill Murray. Simley could give them a run, but that section is wide open for a state tournament berth.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how things develop. I think once we get into January, we'll get a little better idea of how that section is going to shake out.
It's early, very early. And a lot of subplots unfolding here. As we mentioned in the open, Park Center's head coach Chris Vanderhyde was the former head coach for Humboldt, took a job at Bethel as an assistant for the men's team, and when he was let go, so was he, and it was John Herbricksmeyer, old Herbie, who got him the connection that led to the Park Center job.
Yeah.
And the assistant coach is Dana Joubert-Hayes, who was the head coach here at Como Park many years ago.
Yep.
Former Minnesota Golden Gopher, graduated in 1992, and for Como Park, head coach John Robinson, father of Angel Robinson, and we all remember the incredible contributions he made to the sport, including that St. Paul Central super team. And he's been a head coach for Como Park for several years.
No question about it.
Como Park will wear the black jerseys. Park Center will wear the white. Again, opening game for both teams, so we don't have a lot of information on players to watch yet. It's going to be one of those things where everyone's going to get a feel, and by the end of this, they'll have a better sense of who they are. We've had some scrimmages, but no games until now. Tip-off is underway. It's going to go to Como Park. Number 20, Abby Peterson, hands it off to number 15, Andrea Adams. She will set the offense from the point. She'll drive herself. That's too high. Offensive rebound foul from number 24, Caitlin Jones.
Be an interesting matchup down low for Park Center. Michaela Hayes going up against number 24, Caitlin Jones.
So you done with that?
Yes.
Caitlin Jones, 5'10" junior forward. As we mentioned, first game of the season for both teams, so we don't have a lot of stats to run on for you with all of the shakeup, but Jones can't convert on either free throw. Park Center will get a dead ball rebound. Both teams finished above 500. Park Center 18-11, Como Park 19-7, but neither could get past their sectional round. Traveling violation on Michaela Hayes, and you're going to see a lot of traveling calls, double dribbles, as players get accustomed to the high school setting again.
There's a little anxiety out there, a little nervousness that they need to work through.
So we'll get a look at Andrea Adams, the 5'8" sophomore guard, Como Park, with 4 seniors, including the Peterson twins.
Park Center and man-to-man here, Mike.
Abby Peterson, bounce pass to her twin sister, and the mid-range J is too high. Offensive rebound, Caitlin Jones goes back to the line. Foul is on number 23, I believe, on McMorris, yes. Or 24, actually. That was
McKenna Dubois.
McKenna Dubois, thank you. And finally, our first point, courtesy of Caitlin Jones.
Going to be critical for Park Center here, Mike, I think, to control the boards, given the slight size advantage that I think Como Park has.
Caitlin Jones splits there. It's a 1-0 lead for Como Park as we are in the opening minutes of the first half. Game started 45 minutes roughly later than scheduled because of the winter weather. And in our case, that was actually a blessing.
Something like that.
We had a little trouble finding the place. Hayes is blocked by Alex Peterson, but it's picked up by number 21, Hannah Schaub. Now it's McKenna Dubois for 3. Bullseye! And a little bit of a tie-up between McMorris and Alex Peterson.
Good hustle by Hannah Schaub there, grabbing that loose ball.
First field goal, and it's 3-1, Park Center. Turnaround doesn't work for Jones, and we have a foul. It's on Como Park. Loose ball foul. Como Park recently cemented a state championship, but not in this sport. It was boys soccer.
Yeah.
It was the first St. Paul City Conference team to win a state championship in 3 years. Three-pointer in and out from number 21, Hannah Schaub. Fight for the rebound. Tie up. Park Center with the possession arrow. Park Center's boys team, of course, made state last year against Apple Valley. lost in that bout, defeated them in the regular season, but Park Center just didn't have the consistency that Apple Valley did to hang with them. Dubois with another triple. That's short. Gets her own rebound. Schaub has it now. Goes back to the boys. She's open. She'll take it. And another rim out. Rebound to number 3 for Como Park. That is Zanash Jurdum. You're right about anxiety. A lot of missed jumpers so far. Another triple. Another miss, this time from Hannah Schaub. Offensive rebound going to Dubois. McMorris got it.
Morris gets that one.
And John Robinson will call timeout. 6-1 the score. 15:38 left in the first half. Park Center up.
Well, Park Center is getting some looks from the perimeter here early on, Mike, and I would have to think that Como Park's going to have to make some adjustments to close out some of those opportunities that Park Center's getting here so far.
And continuing the list of reminders that I'm getting older, one of Park Center's players, not sure if you'll see her in varsity play, plays on the JV team, Jada Buford.
Yep.
And you recognize that name.
Well, another player, young player on the Park Center side is Hannah Schaub's younger sister, Danielle. She very well may see some action here tonight.
Jada Buford, the younger sister of Kiara Buford, who also was a member of that St. Paul Central super team.
Yeah.
Played at the University of Minnesota, of course. Como Park left open. Fast break opportunity for Alex Peterson. That's a great way coming out of the timeout to get some rhythm. Ooh, that was nearly a travel, but Cinnamon avoids it. Back to Schaub. Stolen by number 20, Abby Peterson. She can't handle the ball, but Ann Simonette can't corral the steal before she goes out of bounds. Substitutions coming in.
And there is number 5, Danielle Schaub, in for Park Center.
Also in the game for Como Park, number 25, Fejayo. We'll get a handle on the last name in a moment, but right now we have a steal and slip up on the line. McKenna Dubois lost her footing and it cost her. Number 25 for the Pirates, Fezayo Ayobamidel. That's my best guess at pronouncing that name. Almost as tricky as Onye Osinnamon, right? Como Park with possession. This is Griffiths. She's blocked by Michaela Hayes. Rebound, traveling violation against Caitlin Jones. Ayo Bamadel over to McMorris. Michaela Hayes, she gets bumped, no foul called. Ayo Bamadel on the drive, off the heel. Rebound, Andrea Adams.
Park Center in a 2-3 zone here now.
Trying to make Como beat them from the perimeter. And Como Park with just the one field goal, and that was on transition coming out of an inbounds play. Adams to Griffiths. Peterson for 3. Well, that'll break his own. We're tied at 6. Park Center trying to run the ball.
Yeah.
Let Morris
a little too much on that pass.
More substitutions. Hannah Schaub going back in. Also number 13, Olivia Peterson. Abby Peterson over to Jones. Schaub, or that's Anderson, top of the key. Adams, I should say. The names will come to me. Andrea Adams, spin move, can't get the drive. Rebound going to number 13, Olivia Peterson. She's in trouble, remember? There's a 10-second backcourt rule at the high school level. Open. Can't hit the shot, though, Daniel Schaub. Caitlin Jones with the rebound. Abby Peterson gets it past the timeline. 10-second backcourt rule. Limit of 5 fouls per player. And no shot clock, of course.
That may be something we may have to talk about here a little later on tonight.
Lack of a shot clock. Io Bombadil gets the fast break layup. I'm in neutral territory about the shot clock. Griffiths. Io Bombadil closely guarding her, and traveling violation. That trap defense worked. Park Center really getting in the personal space of Como Park on that last possession, and it resulted in a traveling violation on Alex Peterson.
Yeah, she was doing a real delicate balancing act over there in the corner, and then she couldn't quite hold it.
A lot of substitutions on Park Center already, and again, first game of the season, so stamina will build and develop as the season goes on. Here you may see a few more faces. That was deflected by Como Park, so Park Center can get it in the backcourt without a backcourt violation. Hannah Schaub is back in there. Finds her younger sister. She can't hit the triple. Peterson can't get the putback. Rebound, Abby Peterson. By my count, 3 Petersons have taken the floor. I may have to go with first names. Andrea Adams, airballs to 3. Danielle Schaub with the rebound. Stops, pops, switch.
Bam. Nice move by the freshman. Took it all the way. Finished in the lane.
10-6, Park Center up. And Como Park opts to use another timeout. You get 5 at this level. A lot of very apprehensive play. Again, you may expect that first game of the season, and you don't get the opportunities to scrimmage the way college and professional teams do.
That's one thing. That's an important point that you bring up, Mike. You know, if they have those opportunities, you know, to scrimmage, I think they do get maybe 1 or 2, but not like the way the college programs do. But you know, again, you know, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of jitters out there that they just simply need to play through, and it takes time, and you have to play a few games to get those out.
We had our opening day jitters on the drive-in.
No. And that was after all. I came all the way from Brooklyn Center to pick you up.
You should have taken the team bus. Park Center getting its name, of course, being equidistant between Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center.
Yep.
Park Center in the Northwest Suburban Conference, so this is one of the few non-conference games they will get. They're going to play Kennedy later this season. How about that inbounds play? Alex Peterson with the score. But the Northwest Suburban Conference is so big. Io Bombadil losing the handle, and it's stolen by number 25 of Como Park. That is Jasmine Thomas, not to be confused with the Washington Mystics guard of the same name. Kayla McMorris with a steal back. She could push. She's going for it. Too strong. Offensive rebound. No putback from Io Bombadil. McMorris can't get the third try in. Jasmine, that's not Thomas. That was Jordan with the offensive board. Caitlin Jones losing the handle. It's a scramble for the ball. Jump ball. Como Park with the possession arrow.
Things getting a little sloppy out there on the Como side. They need to settle down here a little, Mike. Of course, I'm just sure a lot of that can be attributed to the tough Park Center defense that's being applied to them right now.
Winter George Summer holding the ball for Como Park, wearing number 1. Jurdam Over to Griffiths. Griffiths used up her dribble. Trying to find George, or Summer, can't do so. Steal by Ann Simonet. Park Center on a fast break play. No bounce.
Well, that's a second fast break opportunity that they've had there. They've come up empty on, Mike.
And that was Ashley Lewis on the attempt. Park Center gets the ball, though.
It's one thing to get those opportunities, but quite another to finish on them.
And so much emphasis has been placed on the lost art of mid-range jumpers with the three-point line, and just the way basketball is scoped now. You don't want those long twos. It's considered the field goal you don't want to shoot with the advent of the three-point line. I know it's something the late Tony Gear, McMorris with the air ball, Como Park with the dead ball rebound. That's something Tony Gear often talked about, the late Tony Gear. Was the three-point line discouraging the use of mid-range jumpers. And you wonder if Park Center had those down, they'd be up by more than 2 points. Andrea Adams, that's going to be a travel, no, 5-second violation. Looked like a travel. .9:49 left in the first half. It's 10-8 in a very tentative game for both teams.
Mistake play.
It's worth reminding that what you see in December is not what you're going to see in March. Never is.
I like this last possession here by Park Center. They were a little more patient, looking for a good shot down low rather than just taking the three.
Foul on Como Park. As always, 16 fouls is the limit before you go in the bonus. Park Center looking to go to perimeter. Simonet avoids the double team. DuBois over to McMorris. McMorris pump fakes. How about that play? Found Hayes, but Hayes couldn't finish.
Just not able to finish, but a good possession nonetheless.
Adams, she struggled so far and draws the foul of McMorris. Free throw's coming.
Second.
And decision time for Chris Vanderhyde.
They can ill afford to get Kayla McMorris into foul trouble early.
Andrea Adams, again, the 5'8" sophomore guard. And she's on the board. Completes both free throws. We're tied at 10. Park Center trying to push. McMorris for three. She's only hit one. Park Center with a steal, and Simonet prevents a fast break chance for Como Park. Can the Pirates put one up? DuBois, corner three. Off the mark. Hayes almost had the rebound, but a high recoil went past her arms. Adams, almost a steal. She'll launch the three. Short. We're seeing a lot of three-pointers.
You know, I can understand, if you're open, if you have the opportunity to take that shot, you should take it. But on the other flip side of the coin, I think it's just as important for Park Center to try to be patient, get the ball down low and see if they can draw some fouls as well.
8 minutes, 35 seconds left in the first half. Hannah Schaub over to McMorris. Over to DuBois. Back to Schaub. Schaub to McMorris. Hayes was calling for it and said she goes to McKenna. DuBois off the heel. McMorris offensive rebound, gets the putback. And Park Center will use their first of 5 timeouts. Kayla McMorris, as we mentioned, closing in on the 2,000-point milestone, headed to Wisconsin next year, so she will be a Big Ten member.
I think she has the game and the ability to take her game to that level, Mike. She's an exceptional athlete, great player, and I think she'll do very well at Wisconsin.
McMorris, one of the headliners in the 2014 class. Chase Coley, another one, heading to Iowa. Tia Elbert headed to Marquette. And Kenesha Bell also going there.
Yep.
Maybe not as deep as the 2013 group that we lauded so much about. Nia Coffey's doing big things in Northwestern already.
Yeah.
But this is another peak, if you will, for girls basketball. Just a lot of big names going to a lot of big schools. Minnesota, of course, procures a lot of talent. Kayla McMorris with the steal. Schaub over to Michaela Hayes. Hayes got it. It was like a wee basketball fake there. Waited for Alex Peterson to come back down. Heads up play. You jump up while your opponent is coming back down. It's a 14-10 lead for the Pirates. Could be bigger. Hayes with the steal. Simonet has numbers. She'll go herself and get the layup. That gets Simonet on the board.
Mistakes
Pass went
here
off
all
of
a sudden
Peterson's
by
foot,
Como.
and a reach-in foul on Como Park.
Park Center's been applying some full and half-court pressure, and it's been causing some Como mistakes here. Park Center looking to expand on that 6-point lead they have right now.
They've scored the last 6. McMorris gets rid of it before the 5-second call. But Hayes can't get the bounce. Rebound, Caitlin Jones. More of that full court press you talked about. Abby Peterson fires, too strong. But look who's there. Oh my goodness. Alex Peterson had a point-blank layup and couldn't finish. Jump ball, Park Center.
Yeah, she sure did.
Park Center with possession arrow. As we talked about, though, opening day jitters. You're going to see a lot of them. Michaela Hayes, though, has calmed down.
Michaela Hayes all of a sudden getting very involved in this game, Mike, from a scoring standpoint.
Hayes, the daughter of Dana Joubert Hayes. Steal by Hannah Schaub. Caught a lazy pass, and Ann Simonet with the finish. Schaub caught a lazy pass from George Summer. And another fast break play for the Pirates.
Coming down on the 6-minute here mark now, down by 10.
Pirates have scored the last 10 points to go up by that margin. Adams looking to end it. In and out. Rebound Schaub. Park Center could push again. Adams with the deflection. Schaub finds an open Simonet. Short this time. Hayes, offensive rebound. And she draws a foul on Abby Peterson, who's calling her team over to try to get them back in rhythm.
I'm wondering when head coach John Robinson may call timeout here, Mike, to try and stop the bleeding.
He's already used 2 of them. Michaela Hayes, 6'1", freshman center. And after a rough start for her, she's come up pretty big.
Yeah.
She's up to 5 points now. I've got a feeling she learned a few tricks from her mother as well.
Looks like Olivia Peterson is back in for Park Center.
I spoke with Dana for a little bit in the warm-ups, and she said it was a little weird coming back here. Foul on Simonet. Both teams not in the penalty yet. She said it was a little strange to come back here. This is the first time she has visited Como Park since she was a head coach here.
Yeah.
She took the job at Blake for a while, and now with her daughter playing, wanted to be close to her naturally, so off to Park Center she went.
Danielle Schaub getting set to come in for Park Center now as well.
Jasmine Thomas called for traveling.
And Simonette will get a breather.
5:31 left. And the Park Center Pirates continue building their run. It's now 12 consecutive points.
I think we're getting a glimpse here, Mike, of what Park Center is really capable of. And there's a turnover. Ooh, they got it back.
Hannah Schaub will reset things. Daniel Schaub. And draining the triple, McKenna Dubois. It's her second. A 15-0 run. How big can it get? Como Park wants to end it right now. Adams can't do it. Abby Peterson, jump ball. This time Como Park with the arrow. What have you noticed in this 15-0 run from Park Center? You talked about showing the potential that a lot of followers see in this team.
Yeah. Well, you know, you have a nice blend. You know, you have some very good guard play in the Schaub sisters and McKenna Dubois. And I think Hayes is starting to assert herself down low for a freshman, getting the rebound like she just did there. And, of course, Kayla McMorris. I mean, she's so versatile. Here's Dubois again.
This time it goes off the backboard. Offensive rebound. And the cleanup by
Hannah Schaub.
Hannah Schaub. That's her first field goal.
She's not afraid to get into the paint and mix it up either, despite her 5'5" size.
Height is just a number. You would know that, of course.
Yes.
Somebody, our camera operator. Abby Peterson gets the bounce.
Finally stops the drought here at the 4:08 mark.
That ends a 17-point streak for Park Center. But you see Abby Peterson, she's had a rough go trying to find open looks. She got the lucky bounce there, but she's firing a lot of long jumpers, not getting clean looks, and now she commits the foul on Danielle Schaub. McMorris and Ayo Bamadel going in. Hayes and Dubois will get a breather. Schaub for three.
Ooh, in and out.
Park Center's had a lot of triples go that way. Ayo Bamadel with the steal. Caleb McMorris. Foul that one.
What a move by Kayla McMorris. Extended herself just with a perfect touch off the glass and got it to go.
And there was one other player I left out of that short list of 2014 studs. And if I don't say it, I will get letters. Carly Wagner.
Yeah, let's definitely not forget her.
We may be seeing her later this season. New Richland plays Washburn in a rematch of last year's 2A semifinal.
Yep. What a game that was.
3:25 left. Como Park down by 17. Griffiths, long three, and there's another example. Park Center just shutting it down the inside.
Had a 4-on-1 there, and they couldn't convert.
Kick ball, though, so Park Center keeps it. But in this 19-2 run that Park Center has composed, Park Center getting fast break plays, long-range shots. McMorris can't get the fadeaway, and Como Park having a very difficult time finding anything inside. All of their shots have come from outside. Adams losing the handle. Another steal for the Pirates. And a shot. Goes back to McMorris. They kick back out to Danielle Schaub. Bounce pass to McMorris. No foul. Clean block and another block. Alex Peterson with a double rejection.
I like the play down there by Danielle Schaub. You know, she could have pulled up for a jumper right there, but instead chose to drove it in the lane, find an open to Caleb McMorris. Now that's a smart play by a freshman.
Very young group, Park Center is. Danielle Schaub to her older sister. And she'll reset. at the key. Olivia Peterson, was looking for Io Bomadell on almost a pick and pop there. McMorris, open triple.
Bam.
Pure.
All of a sudden, a 20-point lead now for the Pirates. Just 2 minutes left here, coming down in 2 minutes.
And we were tied at 10. Nerves, angst, anxiety have vanished for Park Center, and they draw an offensive foul. For what it's worth, Park Center's in the bonus, but they're up by 20 and exerting almost total control.
Oh, great move by Danielle Shaw. And great find there by Kayla McMorris.
Would you call that a pick and roll for a guard? Yeah. If not, I don't know what else, but Park Center almost gets the steal. That's Io Bomadell. I just sense no fear out of this team after the first 10 minutes of this one.
Yeah, it took them a little while to get the jitters out, but once they did.
They're up by 22. Griffiths finds her target. Jordan can't hit the three-pointer. They will stay with Como Park with 1:09 left, but unless they can find a way to get in the paint, conceiving a rally is not very feasible. There's another long jumper. Daniel Schaub can't get the bounce. Io Bomadell works to get the O-board though. Park Center gets another try. Peterson no, gets her own miss. McMorris for the finish.
Second and third chances for Park Center.
A dozen points for the Wisconsin recruit. 35 seconds left in the half. Foul away from the ball on Olivia Peterson. Park Center had 2 fouls to give. For 3. No.
Como could have used that for some momentum building going into the locker room at halftime, Mike.
They may get some. Andrea Adams with the steal. Works with the double team. Como Park with numbers. Alex Peterson, mid-range switch.
Exactly what they needed going into the locker room.
3 seconds though. Park Center with time. And Schaub is fouled. Park Center in the bonus. 1-1 for the freshman. The foul will go against Alex Peterson. And for Como Park, they're key in the second half. Find a way to get Abby Peterson to penetrate the interior. She's been pigeonholed to the outside for too long.
Kayla Morris, you got to give a lot of credit to her, Mike. She's been doing an awfully good job defensively on her.
Daniel Schaub, 5'4" freshman. Makes both. So Park Center gets the 2 points back, and that will bring the first half to an end. Pirates end the first half on a 28-4 run. They have a 38-14 lead as we head to intermission.
Yeah, Mike, both teams were a little jittery starting out. It was very close early on, 10-10, and then, of course, Park Center embarked on that run, and that really changed the whole complexion of this ball game.
We'll pause for a moment. Joining us at halftime is Kevin Anderson, who will give his outlook of the 2013-14 season. You're watching high school girls basketball on TSB Television. Mike Peden here with Kevin Anderson of KJASR.com, and let's get you untangled there. Now, Kevin, you had a chance to see some opening weekend action, and your thoughts on opening week?
Well, Waconia with the Century offense is going to be the talk of the early part of the season, the up and down nature of the game. Today, getting to this game, it was 10-10, and then all of a sudden, bam, Park Center just kind of kicked it into higher gear. Como offense just is stagnant.
And we've noticed that too. It was 10. You mentioned 10-10, and difference Park Center able to get all facets of the offense running, and Como Park stuck in the exterior.
Once they got the olive out of the bottle, things started moving a little smoother for Park Center. It was just a matter of time when their shots started dropping.
Now, do you sense any perhaps shake-up in the continuity? Because De La Salle, they're bringing in a lot of new players. I know they had a rough first weekend. Hopkins, they're a favorite in 4A, but who knows what could happen with Kennedy and some of those groups?
Well, with De La Salle and Providence, they lost a lot to graduation, and they don't have the players that they had. So it's just a cycle, and new teams are going to step up in 3A and 2A.
And who are some players and teams maybe we should keep an eye on as we enter the opening week?
I think Waconia is going to be, people are going to start paying a little more attention to them. Whether they can maintain this pace will be seen. I think that they are in it for the long haul. This is the way they're going to play all year.
And the 3A field seems to be maybe a little more open?
It's going to be wide open. Park Center, someone said Park Center has a good chance to win this year. I agree. Their record is not going to be great because they're going to be playing 4A teams. They're going to take some hits in their schedule with the Northwest Suburban. They'll lose to a Centennial or an Elk River or Champlain or somebody. They'll win some teams. Osseo, right? Yeah. And so their record will be deceptive. They'll be a quality 3A team. They'll be there at the end.
And not to mention Washburn classed up, and they bring back, of course, one D1 recruits and a lot of experience from last year.
And they went to the state last year, and they probably want to go again. The problem is they're in Section 6. Richfield's there, Washburn, Benil, Waconia, Holy Family. I mean, that's a pretty good cross-section of that section.
And if you don't mind talking about that a bit, who do you think were maybe, I don't want to say winners and losers, but in the section realignments and class realignments, what are some shifts that fans are going to notice?
In 3A, 3 teams went to state last year, and now they're all in the same section. Hill Murray, Red Wing, and New Prague. And they're in with Simley, so who was good enough to get to state. That's going to be a loaded
section unlike previous years.
That's going to be a power section. Como Park moves into the De La Salle and Park Center section. Right now, it looks like, for my money, Park Center is going to be the favorite in that section.
It's early, of course, and I guess your thought, I know it's early, but any inkling on who might be hoisting the state tournament trophy at Williams this year? Hopkins in 4.
Hopkins for the next couple years, yes. They're going to be favorites.
Any thoughts on the other classes?
I would say that New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva, Carly Wagner, she's not going to give it up. And then Class A, I think Minneota's very strong again, and they have a good bunch of athletes that have been to the state tournament in volleyball and basketball. Same kids, and they've won it. So I know that Mountain Iron will be competitive, and Goodhue and Ada. Class A is going to be interesting. 3A is going to be wide open. Fergus, Park Center. I saw Monticello and Kennedy, but to be honest, 3A teams probably need to stay in the shallow end when they're going against 4A teams.
Well, a lot of storylines to play out, and I guess one last question before you continue charting. Is it going to be as cold and snowy as last winter? I know you were on the dot
Well,
that prediction last year.
My original plan was to go to Grand Rapids today to watch Hibbing against Grand Rapids because I'm going to see Park Center again on Saturday. I just got the snow. I'm not too interested in driving and all that for 3 hours or 4 or 5 hours with the snow. So I said, I'll come here to Como. And that took an hour, and it should take 28 minutes. So
it was about that long on our end, too, but at least they blessed us with a late start.
Yeah, well, Park Center got here late.
Right.
So. All right, well, thanks.
Thank you, Kevin Anderson. KJASR.com is where you can find all of his information, and it's a $50 subscription, I believe.
Yep.
And that gets you a boatload of numbers and some really powerful and inside tracks, and I believe many state tournament teams have subscribed to your model.
They know what's going on.
All right. Thank you, Kevin, and good luck on your road trips this season, and if not sooner, we'll see you at state.
Thanks.
All right. Kevin Anderson of KJASR.com. Second half starts in a few minutes. Welcome back to Como Park High School as TSB Television continues its debut of the 2013-14 regular season. Non-conference game between the Como Park Cougars and Park Center Pirates. First game of the year for both teams. Taking a quick look at the numbers, Park Center up 38-14 by virtue of a 28-4 run to end the first half. Kayla McMorris leads all players with 12 points. And behind her, McKenna Dubois, Daniel Schaub, and Michaela Hayes all have 6. Como Park's top scorer, Alex Peterson, with 6, Abby with 5. But Abby, until she finds a way to penetrate to the lane, it's going to be very difficult for her to put up additional numbers.
Well, and her and Andre Adams, as you were alluding to, Mike, right before the halftime break, both of those players need to find a way to assert themselves down low. And it just hasn't been happening here in the first half so far. But credit the Park Center defense on that.
Now, do you agree with Kevin's assessment that Park Center could be one of those teams? 3A, as we mentioned,
absolutely.
seems to be a wide open field.
No question about it.
It was De La Salle's class for the taking the last several years.
Yeah. I mean, you look at De La Salle, which definitely appears to be down, at least from what I saw. And
they're a team, though, that usually builds up.
Yeah.
They improve incrementally.
But I just think this is the year for Park Center to make its move and get to the state tournament. It's going to be interesting to see here now down 24 points, see what Como does to try and get some momentum going their way here in the early stages of this second half, Mike.
And to finish that discussion on 3A teams, this would seem to be the year, and high school and college, of course, too, all cyclical, but this would be the season to take advantage of De La Salle's power drop if you want a state championship.
Your window of opportunity was only so big.
And it's now.
Couldn't have put it any better myself.
Park Center wearing the white jerseys, Como Park wearing the black jerseys. Again, opening week for high school girls basketball. McMorris will get free throws. And Vanderhyde hasn't had a lot of time to acquaint himself with the Park Center staff, at least not yet. But he spoke highly of Kayla McMorris and the practices that led to this first game of the year. Says she really keeps the team together and makes them encouraged, inspired to come out and play.
Yep.
And he noted that McMorris opted to stay within her district, which is a rarity now with the transfer rule, even with the prohibitions that were put in place. You still see a lot of players shifting around.
Well, no question about it. McMorris is not only the vocal, but the spirit leader on this team as well. And that each team needs that.
And Kevin made a very good point about Park Center because they play in such a tough conference loaded with 4A teams in the Northwest Suburban. Osseo, I believe, Maple Grove's up there.
Yep.
Centennial, Anoka, Hayes, bullseye. But win or lose, the 4A teams don't do a lot of damage overall because Park Center's not going to have to deal with them in state. Como Park with a mid-range J.
And that's exactly what Como Park needs to do. They need to get Need to get number 15, Andre Adams, involved to get her down low.
That's her first field goal. And Hayes is up to 9 points. Schaub over to Simonette. That goes off the heel. Picked up by Abby Peterson, but she's trapped by a triple team. Jump ball. Como Park with possession. Simonette with the steal, was trying to hook up with DuBois. She can't find her in time for the fast break play.
Ooh, I almost thought that was off of Adams there for a second.
I thought one off Adams as well.
I think it is. They're giving it back to Park Center.
Smart play by DuBois. Knew she couldn't get a fast break look, so get it off a Como player and work your way in from a set position. For three. No. Rebound, Simonette. DuBois drives from the top of the key and gets the kiss off the glass.
Great touch by McKenna DuBois on that one.
DuBois up to 8 points, 29-point lead. It's worth mentioning we are approaching mercy rule range. That rule's still in place. Park Center, if they can get up by 35 points or more at the 9-minute mark, will go with running time.
Number 3 now on Kayla Morris.
Although with a 29-point cushion, that seems to be inconsequential. She'll stay in. Abby Peterson still can't find the outside shot. Hayes with the rebound. Abby Peterson guarding McMorris. Schaub can't get the roll. Dead ball rebound to Como Park. And even though Como is getting routed to this point, I looked at their schedule. They're playing a lot of top teams in Class 3A. Richfield's coming in. I know they're timeout, John Robinson and Como Park.
Robinson not happy here at the moment with his team.
But Como Park scheduled a lot of teams they could conceivably see in section and state tournament play. Again, being in a smaller conference gives you that luxury, but they've got Richfield coming in who, they don't have Jessica January anymore, but they could still be a force.
Oh, sure.
Washburn's coming here later this month.
Oh, no question about it, Mike. And, you know, having those tough teams like Park Center, like a Richfield, come in and play this program early, you know, by the time January and February rolls around, it'll make you that much tougher.
And with the St. Paul City Conference not really boasting a highlight team or a frontline team, this is a way to get that experience.
Absolutely.
The understanding.
There's a battle spaz I got picked off.
McMorris, easy pickings, but leaves the layup short. She'll go to the free throw line.
You have to be sharp and you have to be precise on those passes, particularly the bounce passes. They're in midcourt when they get so easily picked off and run back the other way for an easy two. Substitutions are now for Park Center.
We may see some of the D players go in, depending on the margin.
Olivia Peterson, Danielle Schaub.
McMorris splits there. She's up to 15 points overall. And races in for the block.
She came out of nowhere to swat that thing away. Just shows you the kind of athleticism and speed that she has, Mike.
I always enjoy seeing the smaller players, those under 6 feet, jump up and get a swat. Adams with the fadeaway, no good. McMorris with the rebound.
Strong rebound, too, by McMorris. Snared that thing away. Strong hands.
McKenna Dubois draws the foul.
One thing about Dubois,
It was ruled before the shot.
she's been very active both on the offensive and defensive ends here tonight. Mike, all over the place.
Dubois will take a breather. In her place is number 20 for Park Center, Ashley Lewis. Shaw for three. Danielle Shaw with the tray.
Only a freshman.
Four freshmen overall for the Park Center team, and all see considerable time. Andrea Adams draws the foul.
And she has to be willing to do that in the second half here, make those forays into the paint and try and draw the foul and get to the line, get some easy points. Even if you're down 33.
Adams, not much success. Just a couple of free throws and a field goal. But again, first game of the year. And after the 10-10 mark, where it's turned into a runaway for Park Center, the conditioning, the stamina, the endurance, and even the fundamentals, you can tell Park Center plays with a higher level in those categories.
Alex Peterson swatted that shot away.
That's not to say Como Park is a lazy or lackluster team, but I see Park Center playing with the encouragement from last year. Yeah, they got routed by De La Salle. How about that?
Great finish by Olivia Peterson.
That's her first field goal, and that came off a steal from a lazy inbound play. Io Bomadell takes an elbow from Abby Peterson. No foul called.
Well, I think what you just saw right there was just some great unselfish play there on the part of three Park Center players.
The Park Center playing alertly. Any lackadaisical passes, and they have enough time to swoop in the lane to steal them. Alex Peterson. Strong defense by Olivia Peterson. Rosiah Almobamadel is going to be called for traveling. And that draws a stomping from the Como Park faithful. Park Center will have to be pleased with how much they settled down after that 10-10 start.
Oh, yeah.
Como Park will probably look at this game and use it as a learning tool. Double dribble violation, it will stay with the Cougars. And despite all the hours and games and scrimmages, practices you log in AAU and in summer ball, I'm not sure where Peterson was looking for, but Bomadell's going to get a fast break layup. We are officially in the mercy rule threshold. You never can simulate what the first game of the season is going to bring until you start playing it.
I tell you, Park Center is making a statement here tonight, especially on defense. They've created a ton of turnovers.
Alex Peterson, another tough shot. McMorris stops, pops, too strong. Rebound, Ashley Lewis, she can't put it in. Jump ball, Park Center with the possession arrow. A reminder, we are in the mercy rule threshold, but we will not run the clock until the 9-minute mark.
Not sure what happened to number 10, Alex Peterson.
She looks winded. She's going to take a seat at the Como Park bench. Meanwhile, Olivia Peterson gets the miss from Iobamadel. Adams draws the foul. And so far, Park Center has demonstrated their superior balance in the second half. McMorris with just 3 points. We've seen Hayes, we've seen Simonet, Olivia Peterson get a few plays in. Here's Bamadel, who will add 2 points to her total. You're seeing the freshmen contribute in very productive roles. Going down the list, Hayes has 9 points. Daniel Schaub also with 9 to start the year. McMorris long-range J is off the mark.
Look at that ball movement.
And Bamadel with another putback.
Just so impressive to watch Danielle Schaub run this offense with such confidence for a freshman.
Bamadel up to 8. 9-9, 8. And Simonet hasn't put in as much with 4, but the freshmen have impressed me in the opening game of the year.
Yeah.
Kayla McMorris will take a seat. Might be the last time we see her with 11:37 left. New player in for Como Park, it's number 23. Let's see if we can get a number.
I don't know if we had that on there, Mike.
Not sure either. Como Park may be sending in their deep players to get some time. Of course, Alex Peterson was winded, needed a little bit of time to recover.
Missed free throw there. Kind of a microcosm of how this game is going tonight for St. Paul Como.
That's Caitlin Lewis, number 24, or Caitlin Jones. Splits again, has yet to make a field goal. Adams for 3. No. Hayes rips away the rebound from Jones. I'm not sure where you see so many freshmen play on the varsity roster and in this capacity, but it's working for Park Center. And that youth, well, yes, they may not have the experience to withstand some of the mental aura, the mental rush as the season progresses and you get to the playoffs.
Well,
but having all these freshmen, if it doesn't get you to state this year, it gives you a very good core for future seasons.
Well, yeah, you know, situations like this when you're way ahead, it gives a chance for these younger players to really gain some valuable game experience that you normally wouldn't get in a closer game.
Are you saying they haven't picked up valuable experience already?
Well, no, I'm just saying this is, you know, perfect opportunity for them.
The 4 freshmen have combined for 30 points for the Pirates. Como Park is in the bonus. So Andrea Adams shooting 1-1.
And Alex Peterson is back out there for St. Paul Como Park.
It looked like she just needed a couple of minutes to regain her composure. Adams gets both free throws, leads Como Park in scoring with 7 points, but not a whole lot to speak of from the Cougars in this one. Bamadel with the drive. Off the mark, and Alex Peterson with the rebound. But she's in trouble. You look at that full court press again. Park Center sends 3 players Against more athletic teams, they may not be able to use that with impunity, but
well, I think
you have to like the bravery. Sending
I think
3
it'll be
players out of
interesting
it.
to see if they employ that defense against bigger, the bigger schools in the Northwest Suburban Conference, Mike.
And that's a great tool to gain experience, a great environment to be in. As we mentioned, all the schools.
Especially if they can do that to an Anoka or an Osseo or a Maple Grove or Coon Rapids.
Centennial, not a bad team either.
Or Centennial, especially with the Morris sisters. Yep, that's a walk.
That will go against Zanash Jerdum. And Como Park, as we mentioned, when you're a team that doesn't play in such a strong conference compared to Park Center in the Northwest Suburban, this is how you handle that conditioning.
Yep.
Fouls on Como Park, but a non-shooting foul. They had a few to give. We are 49 seconds away from running time. Iobamadel can't hit the triple. Battle for the rebound will go to Adams. Over to Peterson. Over to Jones. Jones can't get the bounce. And Hayes gets the rebound. Iobamadel tripped up.
Good recovery.
Daniel Schaub on the line, but
Bam.
good for 2.
She can hit that shot all day, trust me.
Adams with the counter. Yes. That gives the Como Park fans something to cheer about. Olivia Peterson pump fakes the 3, is blocked by Alex Peterson, and is fouled. I should say that was Ashley Lewis who drew the foul.
Of course, now we're into that ubiquitous running time now, Mike.
Iobamadel can't hit the 3-pointer, but Michele is with the old board, loses the handle. And we'll stay with Park Center. Both teams nervous, and the late start coupled with playing the first game of the year probably contributed to that sluggish beginning. But since then, Park Center has dominated. We're going to have free throws on Como Park's end.
You look at the bigger picture for Park Center, just right now in the Northwest Suburban Conference. I don't think they're a team that could win the Northwest Suburban Conference, but I think they're a team that's definitely going to play a factor and be right there in the mix.
As Kevin Anderson alluded to, their record going into the section tournament may be deceptive because they have to play so many tough teams. But without that, you don't get the curriculum that proves valuable later when you have to play against the 3A teams.
Yeah.
Park Center and De La Salle in the same section. It's conceivable those two schools could rematch to play for the state tournament. Jordan made both free throws, by the way, for Como Park. And with the freshmen, all of them playing so well, as Alex Peterson scores. You have a talented freshman class, which is a rarity at any level, Class A, AA, 3A. You have a senior guidance of Caleb McMorris, whose action was limited tonight, but you didn't need much of her. It's tough to say Park Center is going to be a sleeper team because 3A has a bigger potential for an upset. Well, not an upset, but a larger list of teams, a higher pool of teams in contention for a championship. But I wouldn't be surprised if Park Center finds a way into the bracket this year.
Well, I think another obstacle when you look at it from a Park Center perspective is that I think there's a medal aspect that you have to take into consideration as well, Mike. They've lost the last 2 section titles to perennial power De La Salle, and you get to a point where you get that chancing, and then you have to block out those negatives and just remember what stay focused and what you're trying to accomplish. But I think this team has the capability to do that.
Couple of 8th graders taking the floor for the Pirates. That's Ashley Lewis getting her first field goal. And another 8th grader will take the floor for Park Center. We'll name them all in a moment with 5:08 left. We were talking about getting valuable experience for the younger players. How about 3 8th graders?
Yeah.
On the floor, Summer Blakemore, she's a 5'5" guard. Adja Michael, 5'8" center, and number 30, Jada Buford. Where have I seen that number before? The number her sister wore. And we should point out, it's been a couple of months, but Kiara Buford, the older sister of Jada Buford, is now a mother.
Yep.
Gave birth last month to Lyndon. Or a couple of months ago, actually, just a few days before Kiara's birthday, which she was pleased about because she did not want to share the same birthday as her daughter-to-be. I teased with Tracy about it when I was told of the news. We have a foul on Park Center here with 4 minutes to play, and she said it was surreal becoming a grandmother at an early age. Earlier than some, but I know Kiara wanted to start a family of her own, and of course Jada now is an aunt. How about that for your first year of varsity ball? But Kiara was looked up to a lot by her peers in the inner city, of course, going to St. Paul Central, and I'm sure Jada was among them. Very supportive family. I know a lot of them. Most of them are sports junkies, so we can relate pretty easily.
Number 15, Samantha Berg, checked in for Park Center as well.
There's Blakemore trying to get on the board, can't do it. Michael will get a rebound. Ashley Lewis back to Summer Blakemore. Como Park's deep players also in. A very small lineup on the floor for both teams as they send in their deep players. Michael couldn't hit the jumper. And speculating after one game is tough. Park Center, of course, getting another test later this week when they play Bloomington Kennedy in the Breakdown Tip-Off Classic on Saturday. But their poise leaves a lot for the fans to beam about. They're alert. They don't get rattled easily. Michael gets the steal into a basket. Samantha Berg, the oldest player on the floor for Park Center. She's a sophomore. Everybody else, an eighth grader. Ashley Lewis, a ninth grader. How does that feel? Jada Buford for 3. Off the mark. Michael and 1.
Nice turnaround jumper there.
This is feeling somewhat surreal for me, too. But it's good for Michael to get a couple of baskets. That gets you in the newspaper, of course, but first game of the year, you can say you scored.
Yeah.
First varsity game of your career, and you have something to show for it.
Gives you a little confidence as well.
Gives you some confidence, maybe a little bragging rights at the dinner table. Well, looking ahead, I know you and I were going over the schedule, and next week we're off to Washburn for a big non-conference game against Tartan. Chase Coley against Tia Elbert. That is going to be fun.
That'll be an interesting game.
This is what I love about non-conference play. Small conference or big conference, you get a chance to see a lot of sectional matchups, but a lot of matchups against schools with big names that you don't get to see in conference play sometimes.
Exactly.
Final seconds tick away on a convincing win for Park Center, 67-27. For the curious, they outscored Como Park 57-17 after the 10-10 mark.
Well, and exactly that 28-4 run we saw in the first half was the deciding factor in this one, Mike. And once they embarked on that, it was all over.
So we'll get a chance to speak with a couple of Park Center players, hopefully, before we wrap up. This is high school girls basketball on TSB television. Park Center with the dominating win. Mike Peden here with Park Center's players of the game. Standing next to me is Kayla McMorris, and to her right is Danielle Schaub. Kayla, we'll start with you. You didn't have to play too many minutes tonight, but you got 15 points. And after the opening minutes, everyone was nervous. You seemed to really get things going.
Yeah, I would just say us working together and then feeling each other and feeding off of each other is what really won this game for us. And get rid of those nerves helped us too.
And you've been doing this a lot, but what is it like in the opening game of the season? How do you get through some of those jitters, some of those nerves, the anxieties, and get focused?
I would say just pregame, warming up well, getting loose, and then in the game just getting those first shots up and then, just playing well.
And how would you make the transition with the new head coach? What are your impressions of Chris Vanderhyde to this point?
He's a great coach. He knows what it takes to win, and we're willing to work with him, and he's willing to work with us.
And how do you think that has helped make that transition a little more seamless? After the last couple of years, you've faced De La Salle in the section finals, and you have a very strong team and new leader as you get ready to head for Wisconsin. And how is that process going?
It's going well for us. That's just. Can you redo that question? Because I couldn't. Can you do that over?
You can get that one. Well, just how do you handle such a process as you embark on your college career next year? How do you embark on such a transition?
Just getting better every day, working in the gym, working with my teammates, and becoming a better player.
And speaking of teammates, you have a lot of freshmen who stepped up big tonight. Can you tell us how the freshman class has adapted to the Park Center system?
They're adapting well. Even though we're young, we're playing well together. They're getting in with us. We're new. Well, some of our freshmen are new to this, and they're doing well.
And one of those freshmen standing right with us here, Danielle Schaub, and you have an older sister, I believe, who plays for this team, so I think that helped. But how exciting was it for you to have you and all the freshman teammates play in such big roles tonight?
I had a lot of fun. Just played hard, and I don't know.
Did your sister give you any advice for your first varsity game of the season?
Yeah, she said my size doesn't matter. I can play big and just go out and don't be nervous.
How do you think Park Center is able to play with such poise and confidence even in the first game of the season? You don't see 4 freshmen play in such big roles like we did in this game.
At practices, we have been working really hard, and our new coach has done a lot to help us out.
And you have a couple of seniors, of course, to help you lead the way. And how has that dynamic been going with you and Kayla and the other seniors? And be careful how you answer that. She's right next to you.
Kayla's one of the top players in the state, and she has a big role on our team, so she does a lot for us.
And Kayla, you talked about getting better every day. What are some of your goals as you play your final season in the green and gold, and then next year switch to red and white over at Madison, Wisconsin?
I would say first getting conference champions for Park Center and getting the state and winning it all. And then for college, I would just say being able to play as a freshman.
And Danielle, what are your goals as you embark on this new chapter of your athletic career?
I'm excited to work hard and go to state, hopefully.
You never know with the section wide open this year, but last question, is there anyone you want to say hi to watching this program?
Grandma, hi Grandma, my cousins, my mom and dad, brothers, everybody.
What about you, Danielle?
My whole family, Nicole,
Your older sister, Hannah, too?
and Hannah, obviously.
She may be watching this. Well, congratulations on the win. I know you have a big conference schedule ahead, and like you said, we might see you in state. It's a wide open field. Maybe you get that state tournament berth that has eluded you for so long.
Yes, hopefully. Thank you.
Caleb McMorris and Daniel Shaba Park Center. That wraps it up from here. Thank you for watching. I'm Mike Peden, and we'll see you as the 2013-14 season progresses.